Hi, it's Tiffany, and I'm back again with this collage soup book called Back That Art Up. And I have a video that goes along with this one, the first part where I give you a flip through and an intro to this amazing book. It is in landscape mode, kind of like the other book that I collaborated on with Emilee, who is amazing, by the way. I'm so thankful to Emilee and that she asked me to collaborate with her on 2 books now. And I just really enjoy working with Emilee. The collage soup books are amazing. They have been such a handy, helpful tool in my artwork and in my art journals. They just make it easy to create. And anything that makes it easy to create, and anyone who is as helpful and supportive and kind and wonderful to work with, such as Emilee, I am all over it. So I hope you check out Emilee and all the collage soup books. And even if this one doesn't speak to you, there are so many. And there's a lot of freebies that she offers too. Make sure you sign up to Emilee's newsletter. Go to collagesoup.com and sign up for the newsletter. And in it, she'll just offer tons of freebies. They don't last very long, so you got to make sure you get them. You go and download them off of her site. It's super easy to do. And then you can, once you download the ebooks, this also comes in an ebook, or you download any of the freebies and the electronic files of things, you can print those out as many times as you want. You can enlarge them, you can change them up. That's the amazing thing. And I know, here's my book pages all torn out. I know some of these I do want to rearrange. The awesome thing you can do on an electronic file is I can be well, first of all, if I wanted to cut this up, I don't have to, oh, this is gorgeous. And see, I agonize over trying to decide which I want to use. So what I tend to do is I like to have the book because, it's all there for me. And I'm a very tactile, physical object, books, printed material type of person. Analog. There we go. I'm very analog, as I feel like those who grew up with paper, so strange. My kids, they're all electronic at school, iPads and all that stuff, and it's such a totally different experience for them, and they're very comfortable looking at anything and everything through their devices. But I still need the feel of paper in my hands. So I love having the book, and then I also love having the digital version in the same book so I can cut it up. I can use both sides. I can print them single-sided and choose, or I can decide I love this background on one side, but what if I wanted to put this one on the other side of that? You have that option. You can make it double-sided with these two or these two. You just pick out whatever images you want, and you can create your own front and back images. Okay? So anyway, that's the amazing thing about ebooks and about these collage soup books in general. When I talked about this book in my last video, which was kind of short, I know, I didn't ramble for an hour, but I said I was going to explain to you the title of this, where the title came from, and I never did, so I'm sorry. I will explain it today while I'm creating, because I do tend to ramble and tell stories while I'm creating. So first of all, this is a small booklet that I made using the images, and now that I'm looking at it, I can't tell which side is, oh yeah, here we go. So it's directional this way. There are so many, these are background pages, you guys. They are meant to be in the background. That's why it's called Back That Art Up. You will be able to use your own focal points, although it does come with a lot of focal points that you can cut up and use. But I am one of those people that loves to make focal points, you know, like with my watercolor, with all my watercolor flowers and that kind of stuff. I have no trouble creating and having a really large stash of focal points. But what I do have a hard time with is making the backgrounds. So if you're like me, or you just like to make books and you like to have a lot of pages that are background type of images, right? Because I feel like sometimes I create a book with beautiful images and then I'm like, wow, this is a totally gorgeous book that's not useful for me to create my own art on, because there's already art there that I can't cover up. Like, so if every page was like this, I'd be like, I can't, what am I supposed to do with this book other than just look at it? So that's why I love having a lot of backgrounds. That's why I was like, so Emilee, what are you doing? Are you busy? And Emilee she's got so many projects. She's always busy doing something and always doing wonderful collaborations with artists too. But I was so happy when she made some time for me and listened to my ideas and my plea for help on getting a book made with some background pages, because they're just so helpful for me. You can see that what I did here was I just gathered up my pages and I took it to my sewing machine and I stitched it down the middle. Well, it's not really down the middle. It's somewhere really close to the middle. And then I folded it in half. And then I did trim the sides just to get some of the rougher edges, like if I tore, although I do recommend using the heat gun. But there are some edges that the glue seeps through sometimes. So I did trim, because if I were to fold this in half, some of this side or this side might need just a little trim, or you might just be like, I don't care. I'm gonna work on top of that. It's fine, because this book it'll get used. It'll get worn. So that's all I did. And I can put a cover on it at any time. I can stick it into like a traveler's notebook type of thing. This fits perfectly in some sort of traveler's notebook. I don't know what the sizes are. I'm really confused by like the A6, A5, those kind of things. But I do know that it fits perfectly in something, because I've made it before. I think if you take like a 9 by 12 and fold it in half, and you've got room for thickness, this'll just slip right in there pretty perfectly. I know, because I've made that journal. And there's a class. Actually, I'm doing there goes all my papers. So I made this, which slips into my traveler's journal cover. So for example, this one, and it fits in here perfectly. And I used a 9 by 12. Here, let's put the new one in. I used a 9 by 12 as the cover. This is there's no class or anything on this traveler style cover, but there is a live workshop, an in-person workshop that I'm doing with Jessie Peterson. It's gonna happen pretty soon, like very soon. I can't remember how I added this page, but I'm just gonna stick it in here like this just to see. Yeah. And then so the that's not how it goes. I have another piece of elastic, but anyway, I just wanted to show you what it would look like with it full. This book is so full. This was the How Does Your Garden Grow little journal that I made. So I could make a cover, a little bit harder cover for this one too. Just didn't have time right now. Because one of the things that I'm doing, well, I've got a class running right now, and then the other thing I'm doing is getting ready for this live in-person workshop happening with Jessie at the beginning of April. And it's sold out. We just limited it to a few people, but we are going to run it again. And the reason why I'm telling you this... Finally, let me take a deep breath because I feel like I've just been talking around the point. The reason why I'm saying this is because this cover is what we'll be making in that workshop along with Jessie's journal cover, which also coincidentally happens to be a traveler's notebook style, but she uses a recycled vintage hardcover book. 2 book covers and maybe even the inserts in one live in-person workshop for 2 days is what that's going to amount to. So if you're not on my newsletter list, get on it because I'll announce another workshop. We'll run it again. We'll run it with more people, but there are a limited number of seats. Okay, so I don't want you guys to miss out if you want to hear about it and if you want to create in person, which I just love doing with other artists and other creatives. It's just so much fun. You get so many ideas and so much support when you're creating in person. But anyway, so what I want to show you today is how I made these tickets. So these tickets came out of the book, the Collage Soup book, and they're super easy to make, especially if you have this cool, amazing ticket stamp, but I know not everyone has that. So I also just drew my own borders. And it's pretty obvious, I think, that these are tickets, especially on white paper, right? Well, that's not white paper here, on this paper. It's pretty obvious they're tickets without the stamping. See, even, oops, I'm not done with that one yet. Once you get all the edges cut, all right, here we go. Here's a fun one with some flowers on it. They're all so light. I picked the light colors on purpose, but now I'm realizing it's not a very good demonstration to show you guys on camera, but trust me, they turn out really cute. These were the tickets that I used for a inspiration. So let's just find a, well, let me just use this since I have this out. Or should I use a brightly colored one? Let's find a brightly colored one so the demonstration will work better. And then I was going to show you, I had these that I wanted to cut out a door, and I had a little, oh, there we go. I had this lady that I wanted to put behind the doorway. So that would be fun to put it in one of my pages too, just to work on. That might be fun to do on a nice springy background. My yard and stuff does not look like this right now. I know some of you are having spring, which is amazing, but we are not in Minnesota, so I'm kind of jealous. So I have to create my own spring until us in the northern part of the world catches up. Would it work here? Maybe. Okay, I'll think about that. But let me pick out some paper. It fell on the floor down there, so I gotta go grab them. Okay, so let me find something that stands out a little more. Even though I like to do these tickets on the lighter paper, I think, ooh, these are fun. Nice, fun and bold. See, some of these, oh, here. Some of these are already kind of in strips. Let me use that. That's fun. That's bright enough, right? Oh, ooh. If these, okay, it's gonna be this. So easy. All right, so while I'm doing this, I do love that one too, but all I need is a ruler and a pencil, some sort of writing black marker type of thing, black pen, and we can go ahead and get started. You know what would be better than this is a gridded mat. So I've got this gridded mat I'm gonna use instead, because what's nice is if I can, well, let me cut this first. So let's just cut so I can see both sides. I feel like this is something that's been done many times. I used to make tickets a long time ago when I first started art journaling and junk journaling. So I don't think this is like a new technique or anything. I just want to show you how cool it looks with this paper, really. And if you do want those stamps, I don't know if those stamps are available, but I can't seem to find the manufacturer of those stamps. So they're fun. I haven't used them too often. If you feel like you're gonna make a ton of stamps, they might be really useful, but today I'm just gonna use this, and you'll see how easy it is to create your own stamps without having, to create your own tickets. So each of these tickets is 1 inch wide by 2 inches. So 2 inches by 1 inch. So I cut this strip happens to be pretty much 1 inch. That's why I picked that one. That's why I was so excited. And then at every 2 inches, I'm just gonna make a little mark on both sides of the paper. Yeah, keep going. So when I asked Emilee about a book on backgrounds, she was like, okay, we figured out what we had in mind, and she started working on it, and then she's like, go ahead and come up with a title. So I got this cool crocodile that I'm gonna punch holes. So they're just half circles here. So I'll just punch half circles at every place where I have a pencil mark on this side. So all I kept thinking of was that song. That song, Back That Ass Up. And I don't really know all the lyrics to that song, but I do remember they used to play it on the radio quite a bit when I was in college, and that was a song that when I first started teaching, I remember I taught at a Catholic school, and they played that song at their school dance that I kind of chaperoned at. Like, I was dancing most of the time too, because I was really I was fresh out of college then, so I was, you know when you're like closer to the age of high school kids than you are to the other people, to like the teachers. That was interesting. So anyway, I was like, oh, that's great. That's a fun song. I kept thinking of it in my head. But I couldn't. I was like, well, I don't know how we're gonna make that work. I just laughed about it or whatever. We moved on, and we were calling it Back It Up. We were just calling it Back It Up for a long time. And then right before it went to print, I was talking to my husband about it. And my husband is definitely into dad jokes. I'm just going to chop off a quarter of this, like here. So my husband's into dad jokes and puns and all that. We've had to live with that for a long time. He keeps trying to come up with titles for me to use on things, and I'm like, I don't know about that. That's, whatever. But I told him, and he's like, hello, back that art up. I was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe it. I can't believe I almost missed out on using that amazing title. So I'm just going to fold this so I have the creases where the the perforations would go. So anyway, I told Emilee, and Emilee's like, that's great. I like that one. It even has the word art in it, right? So it couldn't be more perfect. So we went with that title. And then today I made an Instagram post, and I used that song as the background for that post. And I didn't realize, I knew that it was like explicit lyrics. But I guess because back then we just had the radio and I wasn't really paying attention to what the words actually are, I didn't really know like how explicit the lyrics were. And definitely because I used to teach high school, and then I used to teach middle school too, I had pretty much taken so many bad words out of my vocabulary, because that's just frowned upon as a teacher when you're trying to talk to your kids and you slip out a cuss word. Which I had done when I was a younger teacher. Well, when I was student teaching, it only took like a couple of times before I was like, oop, okay, well, then I had to try really hard not to cuss. So it is like ingrained into my brain that I should not be using certain words. Anyway, don't look up the lyrics to that song. And I apologize if you had to listen to that song. If you are on Instagram and you saw my Instagram post, I just had to use it because first of all, it's a catchy song. It's a catchy tune. I can't believe we all used to dance to it. But secondly, I had to use it. It was the inspiration for that title. So I was a little bit embarrassed though afterwards. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna go to hell for this. is what I was thinking. I'm gonna have to burn in hell for one book title. Anyway, So I am not really paying attention too much as far as where these lines go. I think once you get the general shape of a ticket, we all know it's a ticket. And so I think I can just feel free to add a few lines here and make it kind of cute. And then this is fun to use as like places to write the date or a word. I have some that I just stamped in words. I don't think I did much with the other ones. I just kind of kept them blank. Well, okay. So these ones came with this, the stars and things because of this stamp. So might be fun maybe to doodle on them. What if I just doodled some dots or lines or something like that? So I think it would be great if you wanted to add further decorations to your tickets to do that, or just leave them blank, wait until you get inspiration or you know what you want to do based on how you want to use these. But quick and easy, and look at how fun this paper is. I just love making things like this out of these background type of papers, because you know, it's subtle enough that it just fades into the background but gives just a little bit of something fun. Okay, so the next thing, now I want to work on just doing a page in this journal. I'm going to take it out of the cover, and I'd like to try to get this here on top of this. So it's, do I want it mostly covered up though? I'll see. So let me just cut this out, and then I'll probably have to put some other paper to hide the rest. And then I'll see how much of it, how much of the flowers is going to actually show, because I don't want to cover up too much. Oops, there's my ticket. Okay, here's this, and I want to cut the middle so the door's open, and then I have to cut the bottoms up the door and the tops of the door, and then it'll be a fun flap that opens. Oop, okay, there we go. What I need is just to score along this part here. So I put my, oh, I didn't put the lead part away, and just score along here to help me open this up. I guess so I could crease it, or I could just, I don't want to crease it yet. So is that enough? Am I able to see enough? I'd like to use the bigger door so I can see more, but, oh, actually maybe, okay. Let's start over. Sometimes it's hard to know what to use until we try it out. So let me go ahead and cut this one, and then I'll try it out. Okay, this, I love the colors on this. I actually love having the flowers around the outside, and maybe I could put something else on the inside. You know, like the flower border could be, instead of only relying on the flowers to be on the inside, I could rely on them to be on the outside. And that might be the better That might be the better thing, because I like the smaller flowers versus if I covered this up and opened this up, it would be the larger flowers, which is pretty. Oh, here, let me put this. Let me put this lady in there. She kind of, it's too busy. So I think that is what I want to do. I'm gonna glue and, oh wait. Think about this here. Let me think real hard. I want to put the thing on the inside first, glue it down, and then I glue this on top. Okay, so what I need to do is I need to open this up. So the doorway is interesting. You have to kind of decide where the door is gonna, like at what point to stop cutting on the door to line things up, because it does kind of jut out a little bit here. So do what makes sense to you. Not everything's gonna line up perfectly as per the lines that are drawn on the door, but as long as you get it in a spot that seems to make sense, I think that's all you gotta do, and that it works when you want to go open it up. You'll see if you go ahead and recreate this project using this image, you'll know what I'm talking about as far as the lines, but it's not too complicated. And then when I open this up, look at how pretty that stone is. I like that. So let me open it up all the way. And then what should be on the inside? I know a lot of people like to do like a space galaxy type of thing, which is really cool. Let's see what the other papers are, because I think it would be really cool to have something that really contrasts. So this would really contrast. Should I make it like as contrasty as possible just to see what I can get away with? My theory is that and I've been saying this, right? So with Emilee's books and pages, you could just use any page and it just goes with the other pages. So, and this is what I love about it. It takes all the guesswork out when you want to go to create something. Oh, that would be fun. Would that be cool in there? That would be really cool. Okay, so that's an idea. So I'm gonna really test this out just to see. Ooh, this would be fun. But do you see how it just all kind of goes together? What if I tried this? Kind of this vintage wallpaper. That still works pretty well. It just might not work with her, but maybe it does. I don't want her to get lost, but maybe what I need to do is just cut out a bunch of, what size? 5.5 by 3.5. 5.5 by 3.5. Let me cut a bunch out and I'll just give them all a little trial and see which one I like. Oh wait, 3.5 this way. 3.5 by, let's go all the way at the bottom, 5.5. Okay, trial number 1. What if it was this one and I can just be like, yeah, that's the one. We don't have to try out anymore. Oh, I do love that. I do love it. I want it to be a little bit, I want it to stand out more though, huh? It's gotta be cooler than that. Okay. So, what was the other one? I was looking at this, as these colors are so different. So, let's try that. So, 5.5 by 3.5. See, look at how amazing these backgrounds are, you guys. This is the first time I'm getting to actually play with these papers. So you're getting my first reactions, which is really like my reaction is that I am loving it. Oh, love it. Yes, I'm gonna do that. Should I put her off center? I think so. I think so. And then do I want to do, I would like to have something else right there. My tendency is to go with one of these, but I don't want it to blend in with the doorway. So now I have to find something else that's really different. Ooh, I could put her in the middle of the ocean with those waves. That'd be fun. So, looking for just maybe one of these circles or one of these bright colors. That would really stand out. What if I just did that? Oh, no. I got washi. I got some washi from Emilee. So these are collage soup washi. Ooh, I know I have one that's eyeballs. And you know what? Let me just go grab some more. Oh, no, the eyeballs are right here. What if I put some eyeballs in here? These are great for people that like eyeballs. I don't know. I'm kind of like, I'm not really a fan of eyeballs. Here's a person's face. I'm intrigued by eyeballs, but I'm not sure if I can be an eyeball person. I have to think about it while I glue. If I want to be an eyeball person today, if I want to make the leap into eyeballs, if today is the day. I don't know if you're an eyeball person, did you decide all of a sudden one day, yep, today's the day, I'm gonna be into eyeballs? Or were you like, that's cool, and then all of a sudden you realized they all had eyeballs in them? Because it kind of creeps me out. Oh, shoot. Sorry, hold on a second. Huh, that was pretty nice. That just came unstuck right away. I'm glad I didn't use a glue stick all over the entire thing. This art glitter glue is nice. It helps me to work fast. So I don't use it for everything, but it's really nice to use when I'm doing things on camera. Oh, it's kind of stringy today. Must have got dried out at some point. gotta do this. And it's got this really thin applicator where I can do really thin things and it dries clear. So I do like it a lot. All right, so really gotta line this one up, which is hard for me to do. Ooh. Okay, that's good. That's as good as it's gonna get. Let's see. We'll see how well that worked. Okay. Close the doors. And then open the doors. And there she is. Okay, I gotta put her in there. Wait, is she? She is a paper bite, which is not a sticker. So I can glue down however I want. And I could trim that bottom off if I need to. But I'm gonna try my best to stick it under the lip of the door here without tearing this. Nope, it's not gonna happen. I gotta cut. So this, and then, yeah, I can stick her in there. Yes. I do like the white border. Makes her stand out. It might be, I think it's fine. I don't think it's too much, do you? I think it's fine. Let's see. I like how that looks so far. I have to look through my phone. Peekaboo. You know what? There might be another paper bite from Collage Soup that I could use with it. I think it comes with a whole pack of different images if you get the paper bites. So that's on the Collage Soup website too. And I don't know what I have. I don't know if I have stuff all from one kit or if I have multiples, but I can show you what I do have. Got a sticker. I got these and some of these. Okay, well, there we go. Oh, I should have used this crazy looking guy. So I'm looking for something that I can put up there, I think. Oh, these are pretty. It might just have to be a part, like a small part of something that I cut. Something fun. That's just what I'm feeling. Oh, I love this one. I should have used that one. I need to just make a fun and funky book that just really gets me out of my comfort zone and just do it, because ooh, this is very bright. Okay, I'm gonna try it. Not too much, but what do you think? This part? Okay, it's gonna either be this or this part. Ooh, I like that. So the question is, am I am I gonna be able to stick this under this arch? Or am I gonna have to try and cut that shape? It's okay, oh, it's working. Yes. Oh, I lost it, okay. The other nice thing about gluing the way I do is that you can go back and open up some things. And I know, like, usually with collage, you're supposed to stick everything down and use that collage paste and like really glue. But I really like being able to reposition things and change my mind. So I tend to do stuff like this, and then see, here's what I'll do. Let's just put a little bit of glue here and stick it back in and call it good. Because guess what? When you're working in a book, the book itself is gonna help. And when you close the book, here's what I think happens. When you close the book is gonna help. The weight of the book is gonna help keep everything nice and flat, and you won't even know that most of my stuff's not even glued down. So that's kind of what I rely on is the book doing its, just helping to glue things. Let's put something right there. Ooh. I do like that, but the eyeballs are creepy. Today is not going to be that day that I use the eyeballs. Is what I'm thinking. So sorry guys if you were expecting an eyeball day. Just put Collage Soup logo right there. There we go. Oh, you know what? I could use can I turn this part of the logo? Maybe. That might be fun. Should I try it? I'll try it. Just gonna loosely cut this pretty flower and see what happens. Okay. Oops. Not the bottom leaves. Just use the top leaves. Put it on the top. Is that what I want to do? I think so. I think that's what I want to do. So the thing with this sticker is I always have a hard time getting the sticker in the right place, and then I'm always stuck with wherever it is that it wants to go. I think I need to cut this just a hair more. Ooh, it's so sticky now. Okay, it's definitely a choice that I should have made beforehand, but all right, this kind of fits on here nearly perfectly. Oh wait, how did I have it down here, huh? Nearly perfectly. Ready? Here we go. Okay. Looks good. Oh, I'm happy with that. Okay. Ready? Hello. I love it. And I could maybe add something here. Should I do an outline of a door? Just to define that a bit more. Might be helpful. We'll see. It would be fun to paint that too. And I think with some of this white, I can just fill in with some doodles. There we go. I like that. Okay, ready? Oh, let's get all this clutter out of the way. I should have put a ticket in there somewhere. All right, all the clutter is over there. Okay, here we go. Here's a. All right, stay closed. Oh, I love that. I love it. This is so gorgeous. I love how that looks with this page, this whatever liquidy ink spot or whatever it is, just flowing over to here. It's so good. It's, Oh, that would be fun to do, but it's facing the wrong way. It needs to face the other way. I feel like when you have two pages, like the stuff on this page need to face this way. I don't know if anyone else feels like that too, but for the most part, that's what I try to do. Unless you want it to look like it's intentionally walking away. Or did I put this page upside down? No, I did. I did. Do you know how I know? Because the ink is dripping. It's usually ink drips down. Oh well. That was a hard one. That was pretty hard to tell. Or did I open this book up wrong? What if I'm working in it all upside down? Okay, no, I think this doesn't really matter, does it? Okay, well, this book is very versatile. Let me say that. You can decide, okay, here's a green stem there. That makes me feel better. Yep, the stem. I'm going to be asking myself that many times. I'm pretty sure that at some point I'm going to turn this book upside down and be like, oops, I turned it the wrong way. And, oh, there's a bunch more stickers. Look at that. And yeah, anyway, I'm gonna, oh, that's so pretty. So pretty. I'm gonna have a lot of fun continuing to work in this book. I will mark this as another day of my 100-day project, which is to make more art. So I'm trying to make art every day for 100 days. I know that seems like, oh my gosh, I can't believe you picked something so super easy, which I did on purpose. But I gotta tell you, it's harder than I thought it was gonna be. I truly thought that I was making art every day, but guess what? I'm not. There's a lot of other things that I have to do just because adulting and life, but business-wise, and I don't consider all of it making art. And so having making art as a priority, well, not a priority, but as a goal that I am conscientiously making art every day, it's been really interesting and it's been a lot of fun. So I really appreciate Jessie Peterson, who helped me to come up with, well, it was her goal, and I was like, yeah, I'll do it too. And I'm just really thankful that she came up with that idea so that I can kind of keep better track of if I really am doing the thing that I love doing, which is making art, or if I'm like worn out sometimes, some weeks, because what I'm doing is actually not making art. And I do want to make sure that I'm not so focused on the business aspect of things that I'm not enjoying it, because that, that's the hard thing that people say, right? Is don't turn what you love into a business, because you will end up not liking it. And I don't want that to happen. I don't see how it could happen, but I don't want to find out. I definitely don't want to find out. And my first thing is I want to make art. So I gotta refocus. Oh, here's another door. I could just, oh, what if he's walking through the door? And is that fun? What if he's like coming out of the door? Okay, anyway, I'm going to keep playing and I'm going to keep making art, as you can see. And I hope you check out, oh, this is so good. I hope you check out my new collaboration with Emilee and Collage Soup. Where's the book? I want to show you the book one more time. Here we go. Called Back That Art Up. And thank you so much for tuning in and letting me just be a small part of your lives today. Go and make art. Go make some art today. All right, bye.